Have you ever wondered what an abortion is, or maybe you wondered how it's done? Maybe you've also thought about how many women or their ages or when women have abortions. Well, today I'm here to answer some of those questions that I'm sure a lot of you may have. Hi, my name is Ashley Homer, and today I'm going to go over with you the definition of an abortion, the procedure of how an abortion is done, and a brief insight on some general background information in previous years regarding abortions. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to go over with you what an abortion is. According to dictionary.com, they have two specific different definitions for what an abortion is. The first definition is also called a voluntary abortion. This is the removal of an embryo or fetus from the uterus in order to end a pregnancy. The second definition they have listed is of any of various surgical methods for terminating a pregnancy, especially during the first 6 months. Now that you know what an abortion is and the definition behind it, let's go over of how an abortion is done. Here I have listed for you an illustration which I've gathered from priestforlife.org. This is of a suction encourages abortion of a 9-week-old fetus. I'm going to briefly go over these few steps with you just to give you some background information and simple steps on how an abortion is completed. The first step is when the doctor inserts surgical tools into the uterus of the woman. Next, they suction out the amniotic fluid, placenta, and fetus, which is put into a collection jar as it's suctioned out. The third step is when they scrape the uterus cavity in order to make sure that there is no leftover tissue or anything left behind that can harm the patient. Lastly, they examine the contents of the collection jar just to ensure that they have the proper estimation of gestational age. Now that you know how it's done and the definition of abortion, let's move on to some statistics and numbers behind abortions. Here I have information gathered from abort73.com of the percentage of 2008 reported abortions by weeks of gestation. This simply means how far along in the pregnancy that abortions were completed. Here you can see that generally and most commonly abortions are completed 6 weeks and earlier during the pregnancy. The least common and lowest percentage of abortions completed was 21 weeks and greater in the pregnancy, which is about halfway through a pregnancy. Next, I want to go over with you who has abortions. In 2008, 84.3% of all abortions were performed on unmarried women. Women between the ages of 20 and 24 obtained 33% of all abortions, and 25 to 29-year-old women obtained 24% of all abortions. 50% of all women who had abortions in 2008 were younger than 25 years old. With all this information that I had gathered, nearly 1/3 of all American women had an abortion in the year of 2008. Now let's go over some annual abortion statistics between the years of 1996 through 2008. The information that I have gathered, which is also from abort73.org, shows that the number of abortions had declined between 1996 and 2008. In 1996, there were 1.36 million abortions performed. That number had declined in 2008 to 1.21 million abortions. Lastly, I want to go over with you the highest ranked states that had the highest number of abortions completed in 2008. The highest ranked state was New York, which came in at 124,867 abortions. The lowest state ranked was South Dakota, who had 848 abortions performed in 2008. So there you have it, everyone. What I went over with you today is the definition behind of an abortion and how the procedure is done. So now you know exactly what a procedure is and the steps that are used to complete the abortion. I've also gave you a brief insight and some general information behind abortions in the year between the years of 1996 and 2008. I hope everyone has enjoyed and possibly learned a few things. And I want to thank everyone for listening and viewing, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.